In this episode of the Straight Up R&D Podcast.
5,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go to her pictures, she only got like 200 likes. And I'm like, well, look at the ratio.
She bought them shit. She bought them 5.
Like, I'm like, look at the ratio. Like, you have all these people on your shit, but nobody likes your shit. So I think that kind of fuels more into the mental game of wanting likes and feeling validated when it's like, it's all fake.
It's all fake. Yeah, man. Like, I've definitely met some girls and be like, oh, see how many likes I got, how many likes. I'm like, why does that really matter? Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's good, everybody?
Welcome back to another episode of Straight Up R&D Podcast.
Already know what it is.
And I'm your host, D.
And I'm Rich.
And yeah, what episode are we on now?
This is episode 39.
39. We're coming up on a year.
It's crazy. 39.
39 episodes. Really appreciate for all y'all rocking with us, staying with us through our journey. And yeah, interested to see where we're going to be at another year from now. But you already know we got to start off with a slingo. Even though I appreciate your support, we don't give a fuck about y'all opinions.
Not at all. Not at all. And, you know, as y'all know by now, on the Straight Up R&D Podcast, we're going to give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up, with opinions based on motherfucking facts.
Yes, sir. So,
all right,
we got a good episode now for y'all. We're taking a break from the politics.
Yes, politics season is kind of over, in a sense. I mean, we can still talk about it, but we don't. We want to.
It's nothing like big. You know what I mean? Election's over. Got a president-elect. Maybe next year we'll talk about something. But as of right now, we're going to switch gears.
Switching gears.
So we're going to talk about some relationship stuff and, you know, comment on what y'all think. And, you know, let's get to it. So first thing we're going to discuss, is marriage really even worth it anymore? And the reason why I say that is because I'm not trying to say marriage isn't worth it, but I feel like this generation, a lot of people get married just for fun, or people maybe not even getting married as much anymore as like our parents did or grandparents did. But for the select few who do decide to get married, it's over in under 5 years. You see like all these celebrities get married and they're done in a year or done in 2 years. And then I see a lot of people advocating online, hey, you don't have to stick in a marriage if you don't want to. And it's like, yes, I understand, but why get married if you wasn't willing to stick it out for the long haul? Because I look at marriage as a forever thing. I feel like anybody that gets into a marriage, it's like, okay, this is my girl, or for a woman to say, this is my man for life. But I feel like this generation, we kind of just play around with it. What you think, bro?
Well, I would say marriage is worth it, but nowadays it doesn't seem like it is important. And like you said, now in this day and age, the divorce rates are super high. So people getting divorced left and right. But what I just don't understand is like, when you get married to someone, it's not like you went out on a date with somebody a couple times and then that person's now your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and then you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend for a year or two and then you leave them. Like, that's not the same as getting married. Like, when you're married, you're past the dating phase. You got engaged for a year. Your whole family's intertwined now. You get married legally in front of what do they call the guy? The guy that does the marriage, like the guy who pronounce husband and wife. I don't know.
The pastor.
The pastor, whoever the guy is that makes it legal. Like, you do all of that.
Yeah. And
then for you to just throw it away on some BS or just, I'm just not happy anymore. It's just like, this is not a boyfriend, you know, like this is someone you dedicated your life to, basically, that you say, I'm going to be with you till death do us part. Isn't that some of the phrases they say in that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know why people feel it's just okay. Oh, just get a divorce, or divorces just happen left and right.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Because like before a man proposes to his girlfriend, you know him for a few years, so you know this person.
Yeah.
To now want to dedicate your life to this person, now it's like, all right, it should be an easy choice. Mm-hmm. It should be, and I don't know why we have such a short fuse. I feel like there are certain problems you should be able to work out in a marriage, and maybe there's some things that are just like unfixable, like domestic violence. It's like, all right, if you're in a situation where you're being, abused, physically abused, and yeah, there is no reason why you should stay in that marriage.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But if there's other things like, I don't know, y'all had some fights or arguments or maybe opposing views, I feel like you should be able to sit down and talk and work it out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is with these celebrities, and I feel like I'm not even trying to bring celebrities in it, but unfortunately, they do have an impact on ways some people think.
Apparently.
Unfortunately, they do.
Yeah, I mean, even down to the way they vote.
Yeah. Which is the truth.
Like,
and I'm like, they see these celebrities getting divorced after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and think like that's acceptable. And I see like some women like, oh yeah, should have left him sooner. I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on?
People divorcing because they voted for Trump or Kamala.
Which is so crazy.
Like, how can that be a legit reason? And again, I'm not trying to throw politics in, but I find that to be asinine.
The asinine. I literally saw a woman online, like, packing up her stuff and crying because she's like, oh, my husband voted for Trump, so I'm leaving. But my thing is, like, is it because he voted for Trump or because Trump won? If Kamala won, would you have left? You would be like, oh, you voted for Trump, but he lost. So, like, if you knew your husband was going to vote for Trump for how long, you should have been left. But it's because he lost. But anyway, I know he won. But anyway,
yeah.
I just don't understand like how is marriage being looked at in today's society, and I don't know if there's anything that we can do. Like, I just find it crazy. Like our grandparents, like my grandparents were married for like 40, 50 something years. Only God knows what, challenges they went through, but they worked it out. Mm-hmm. So like, why we don't have that same level of, I don't know, man.
I think it's because like nowadays, I feel like it's probably better for you. Let me think about this, because I was gonna say it's probably better for you to get married younger than getting married older, because back in the day, like our grandparents, they're getting married at 18, 20, 21. Like,
I agree, it is better to get married younger.
It's better to get married younger, because then it's like you build that trust with that person and you kind of grow with that person, right? Especially when you're young, you don't have no money, you're figuring things out, you figure it out together, you claim your independence with your woman at a very young age, right? Versus when you're much older, it's like you have your own thing, you have your own lane, you build yourself up. Now you're just trying to find a spouse, and it's like, boom, you may want to be a little bit more picky. Does this other person have their life together? Are they looking to get married to someone, to divorce, to get your stuff? To get half of your shit.
Right.
There's a lot of girls out there that does that.
You're not as influenced by worldly shit.
Yes. And then it's like, I feel people are looking at other people's relationship, especially with social media and the dating market, how it is today. And they're like, oh, but look at them. They got this, they got that. Or I'm with this man and he's not doing X, Y, and Z for me. And, it's like people focusing on the next man instead of themselves. Mm-hmm. And not realizing that not everybody's like that.
Yeah, and bring a good point with social media. Like, there's a lot of these fake relationship gurus out there on social media people are listening to, and I think that has a big reason too, like why people don't even take relationships seriously anymore, man. Like, and I think we just live in a society too where people, they don't even want to start families anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even want to start families anymore. They want to get married. Everybody just want to be by themselves. And until they get older, they're going to realize maybe that wasn't the right choice. But, like, I don't know, to each his own. But I don't know, social media, even though it's good because we could get news right away, but also, like, fucked up society in a big way. And I don't know.
No, it really did because it makes a lot of people jealous and more selfish.
Yeah.
Like people really just don't care about anything anymore, like except themselves.
Yeah.
Like everything is their feelings and them, and you know, I always find it funny when I'm on social media and people start posting like, "Oh, I'm glad," like you know, stupid subliminals like, "Oh, I'm glad I can." No, I'm happy to have my own peace, or like, I never needed anybody anyway, or like so I could pull up something right now. Actually, I just saw something right now. Somebody posted some shit.
Got the receipts.
I'll read it right now. Oh, here we go. I get reminded every day why I keep to myself.
Fuck that post to me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you just want validation from people in the comments, like.
You know, and it's shit like that, and I'm just like, but like, what why do you need to say that? Like,
looking for validation, bro.
And
that's all it is. How many likes? The comments. Oh, I don't like the comments. I'm gonna turn the comments off and make another video dissing the people in the comments.
Yo, you know, one thing I started to see people do on social media now on IG, like they're starting to take the like number. You know, you get how many likes on a picture. They're starting to take the number off. So like nobody could see how many people like the photo.
Oh, you could toggle that on and off?
Yeah, you could toggle it all on and off. So, because this is one thing that I always said is like, a shorty would have like 5,000 followers. But then you go to her pictures, she only got like 200 likes. And I'm like, well, look at the ratio.
She bought them shit. She bought them five.
Like, I'm like, look at the ratio. Like, you have all these people on your shit, but nobody likes your shit. So I think that kind of fuels more into the mental game of wanting likes and feeling validated when it's like, it's all fake.
It's all fake. Yeah, man. Like, I've definitely met some girls and be like, oh, see how many likes I got, how many likes. I'm like, why does that really matter? Who does it? Because everybody here faking every day anyway. Like, who really is going to post something bad on social media? Like, yo, well, I guess there are some people.
Unless they begging for money. But
nobody is going to realistically post something bad every day. Like, oh, I'm going through it today. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, I don't got this. I don't got that. People going to post the good shit.
And they will post the subliminal shit, like the one that I just read. That's why I keep to myself. Like, something bad happened. They don't want to show you or tell you what it is, but they'll write a subliminal message for you to really think, like, something bad did happen, but you don't want to tell us. But then your next post, you're going to be out in the club, you know, taking a shot, and then life is supposed to be good, but it's really not. But I don't want to stray too far away from the original question, but is marriage important? Is marriage important? I'm going to say yes. We need people to get married, and we need families to start, right? Like, we need to, because, like, you think about it, I even think, too, about Thanksgiving. It's like,
yeah.
Like,
Thanksgiving in a few years, everybody going to be by themselves.
Yeah, it's like, and I think that's why Friendsgiving is so popular. It's like, instead of just being with a family, you just go to your friend's place and just do it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, I do, but I go to my family as well. Like, I've had many Thanksgivings I go to my family. Then there's a few I go with my friends. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not all the time. My family's doing something big. Some years it's small. Sometimes people don't really want to do too much. I get it. Some people having a big thing, whatever. But when I tell you, other people like they literally have no family or their family is like broken. Which okay, that's situational, but if they're, you get older, you have kids, like you want to have a Thanksgiving or like something family oriented, and not be alone for those times.
Why do you think we're in a world today now where people don't want to commit or don't even want families anymore? Because I'm trying to figure out when did that switch happen of like, we're just satisfied being alone. And I guess some people it's fine to be alone, but like, I feel like that's just the majority now.
Because some people think there's always something better. Like there's always better. Like if a girl marries this guy, all right, she gets him, she marries him. There's gonna be something he does that she don't like. There's gonna be something that he could improve on, he could be better with. And then when she sees the next woman with her man, and her man is doing whatever it is that she wants her man, the first girl's guy to do, she's going to be like, I'm not happy because I want that. And where she sees that is on social media. So then she's going to be like, I just divorce him and go find that guy. There was literally a whole trend going on social media encouraging women to get divorced. Like literally encouraging them to leave their husband.
That reeks of feminism.
And I'm like, this is insane. Shouldn't you be trying to keep your marriage together and not break it?
What kind of shit is that?
Dude, it's insane. And I'm just like, what's the like now it really makes me think, like, what is the purpose of getting married now?
If you're that easily influenced. Man, what's that girl? Tia Mowry, you remember Sister?
Yes.
I can't remember which one it is. It's Tia or Tamara, but one of them recently got divorced. And I'm listening to the husband. He did an interview because it took a while for him to speak. He was just like, bro, I don't even know what I did wrong. He was like, it just came as a shock. Like she just said like she want to go her way and divorce. So I'm like, is that really it? And then she's saying like, yeah, she just wanted to start a new chapter in her life. So I'm like, what kind of shit is going on? Like, why are people even getting married now to where you just divorced for no reason because you want to live some hot girl life? Then she got videos of her going on dates and shit. I'm like, 47 years old and you interested in going on dates? Like, bro, who got that much energy at 47 years old, bro?
You gotta understand, it's like when you reach to a certain point in your life, it's another side. Like it's not the same as if like going to the clubs when we were 21 is not the same now that we're much older. It's not the same, bro. Like
clubs annoy me now.
Yeah, you're just like the fuck. Like
it gotta be an occasion for us to go.
Right. It's gotta be like a real occasion. You're not just gonna walk up in there and just like, yeah, I'm here this weekend. Like, no, it's like a real celebration or something that you're doing it for. Yeah. Not just leisure. Right? When you're in your 20s, you want to go out, you're just able to drink and do all of that. You're gonna go and enjoy it. But when you reach to a certain point in your life, it's like, all right, I don't need to do that stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. And at that point, you should be, either seeing someone seriously or dating seriously or with intentions to getting married or, you know what I mean?
Right.
You can't be getting divorced to go back and relive your 20s. Running around dating and talking about nonsense and like, this guy is not for me and he's just like this and he don't like, come on, man. And I feel like some women now, they're probably just searching around to find one of those good guys.
They're already married.
Well, yeah, most of them are, but the ones that they can find that's single, no kids, got a good job, got some money, you know what I mean? Like got something for themselves. I feel like those women they're looking for that when they're in their 40s.
Listen,
You can't find that.
No, that's a big wish
And
list.
why would a man that is of that stature would want to be with a woman that probably got some kids, divorced, didn't? Oh yeah,
That man out there traveling, girl here, girl there. You know,
he probably in Japan.
It would take a lot for him to settle down. He probably was in a relationship before and a marriage before that didn't work out. So he just out here living. So it would take a lot for him to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Like a man single in his 40s. Shit, he's flying everywhere doing whatever he wants.
I think at that point he's just not even. If something comes his way, and then I guess he'll take it. But I don't think he would really be searching for that, you know. But I don't know. Very strange, and I guess that's another reason why the birth rate is low.
Yeah. I don't know where we're gonna be in the next 40 to 50 years, man.
Shit.
I don't know.
I mean, at least at that point, we wouldn't really have to worry about it because we'll be old already.
Getting ready to get up out of here.
You know? So I guess the next follow-up thing would be like, what are some problems? Like if you have a marriage, like what are some problems that are worth fixing to keep the marriage versus problems that are like, all right, there's no fixing this. This is done.
The only thing I could really think about that's not worth it, like I said, domestic violence, any type of abuse, physical, verbal abuse. It's like, all right. But other than that, like, what am I missing here? It's like, all right, if people want to say, oh, cheating, it's like, I could get it. But I feel like if the man cheats once, I don't think that's called for divorce. I feel like that's something you can work out. I feel like if you're in a relationship and the person cheats, then it's like, all right, walk out if you want, because there's no real commitment. But if somebody makes that type of mistake, it's like once, okay. But if he's just out here cheating multiple women and stuff, like, obviously I was like, okay, yeah, then you could divorce. But the whole purpose of marriage is for you to go through these challenges together. Like, if y'all disagree on something, like you were saying with politics, if you have, one person that's Republican, one person that's Democrat, I don't think that's ground for divorce. That's just, y'all be in disagreement.
Differences of opinion.
Actually,
live with that.
My old job, I remember this guy I used to work with, he was a Republican and his wife a Democrat. He said, around election time at the dinner table would get heated, but he said, at the end of the day, they loved each other, and then that was that.
Mm-hmm.
They still married to this day. I still talk to them. So, like, I don't know what else. Y'all can let me know in the comments, like, what else is a reason that, for you to get divorced in a marriage?
I mean, I kind of agree. I'm trying to really think. Well, I guess I would say maybe financial habits.
Okay.
Like gambling problems.
Yeah.
I could see that, or addiction. Like,
okay, yeah,
being addicted to drugs, and I hear a lot of the times where, let's say the man, he smokes a lot of weed, does cocaine or whatever, meth or one of them drugs, and then it kind of rubs off on the female, on the wife, and then she would do it. And then let's say she gets off of it and she's going down a better route, right? And the husband is still doing the drugs,
that can affect her.
That can affect her,
But yeah, and you're right, but let's say if I see my wife like getting addicted to something, my first reaction was like, oh, I have to get her help. Mm-hmm. I would try to get some help and see if we could work it through. But if it's just not working, then it's like, all right, then you think about other, then you think about next steps. Because like, because at the end of the day, that's still your wife, or, that's still your husband. I feel like the first thing you should think about, like, all right, how can I get them better? How can I get them some help so we could proceed? Because that's just going to be like a big challenge in a marriage.
Yeah, but I see that, and I'm not advocating to just quitting on your partner, right? Because they are going through something or have like troubles with addiction. But it's like eventually that if you have kids,
Yeah.
that can affect the kids. That'll affect your finances. You know, it'll bring you down. It'll really pull your family unit down and make it harder for you guys to rebuild and bounce back. Because, you know, to me, and I'm gonna say this, maybe I'm just saying this now because, you know, I'm not in that situation, but, you know, if I'm with someone, we have kids and they're addicted to drugs, and I try, you know, rehab, all of this stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Those
it's
steps
like,
first.
I still can't get them to stop.
Then you gotta make a decision.
At that point, it's like, all right, then I can't live the rest of my life fighting to correct you. You know,
I agree.
That's what you want to do. That's how your life is. Then you're addicted, and I can't stop. Maybe if I leave, you change. But I feel like that point is going to be too late. You know? So sometimes in that aspect, I see addiction and gambling, especially gambling.
Yeah, gambling is dangerous.
You see the DraftKings and sports bets and all that stuff.
That's
like,
why I can't get into that.
That stuff should be illegal. That shit should be illegal, to be honest.
That tore families apart already, boy.
Like, if we see what's happening in Vegas and in the casinos and all that, now they put it on your phone. You know, it's in front of you. You know, it's on sports. You're watching sports, fights, boxing, this, that, and betting. And it's just like, damn, like, people get addicted to that shit.
Yeah. That's why I always tell myself, like, I don't know how to gamble. I'm like, I don't think I want to figure out how to gamble.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm good.
I just like, good. Oh, wow, okay, yeah. I'll just stay with my predictions. Oh, that guy's going to win, and he wins. Oh, okay, I was right. And leave it at that.
Yeah. Bet some cookies or...
Yeah, bet some food. Like, I'll do that. But nah, when it comes to the money situation, I don't take that much of a risk. You know, like people betting their whole house, so they
bro, their kids' college tuition,
funds and bonds and checks before they even get it.
Yeah, bro, like nah, you're right. Yeah, like I said, if you just at least try to get them out and not going nowhere, it's like, all right, now I gotta make a decision for best for me and my family, and
yeah, and at that point, you tried. There's nothing really more you can do.
Right.
But the cheating thing, again, to a certain extent.
If
they got other people hitting you up like, yo, why you with my man? Like, you know, that's wild.
That's wild.
That's OD. That's OD.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fellas, ladies, get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together. Let's improve this marriage and divorce rates. Let's improve it. You know, stop being superficial and looking on social media for validation from other people's relationship that's fake.
That's a fact.
It's absolutely fake. But this next question or this next prompt is gonna be a bit controversial in a sense, but is poverty an excuse to terminate a baby?
My opinion, no. Only because two main reasons. One, I feel like human life has to be valued. You know, it's a life. That person deserves a chance to live, just like how we all are living. Like how we are living, the people who are listening living. And, you know, I've definitely heard stories of people who were, you know, up for adoption, and they don't know their biological parents, but they formed a good life for themselves. Mm-hmm. Even though the parents didn't want them, they're like, hey, you can still live out your life, and they did well. And the second thing is, a lot of us wouldn't be here if our parents said, you know what, we don't make enough money, we're going to terminate the pregnancy. Man, I think about back in the day where it used to be a house full of us or a house full of children. Parents didn't make a lot, but they try to make it work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like medicine wasn't even where it's at today. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you had like house parents with like 10 children, 5, 6, 7 children all the time. They didn't have a lot of money, but they just made it work.
Yeah.
And they raised those kids. So it's like, why is that an excuse now when it wasn't an excuse before? Mm-hmm. A lot of us will not be here. So that's really my take on it.
I think there's a lot of even I'm trying to think of like some inventors that were like adopted or orphans, and they've invented crazy things that changed the world.
Yeah.
You know? Ones that started up billion-dollar companies, or, you know, helped other, or started other organizations and helped other people's lives, or, you know what I mean? Like, I think poverty should not be an excuse to having a child, because, you know, it's one of your, it's like a natural right. It shouldn't be determined by, it shouldn't be denominated in dollars.
Yeah.
Like, you don't make enough money, so you can't have a kid. You know, like, that's kind of crazy to me. It's like you can't enjoy life because you don't have a job.
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Like, there's people. I gotta tip my hat off to these type of people. Like, they will go out. Like, they'll come to New York. I met a few of them. I met this guy. He's like, yeah, like, he comes. I met him at a bar. Like, he was a bartender, and he's mad cool, man. And he's like, yo, you know, I was just trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, but, you know, I just want to just travel around the world. And I'm like, yeah, definitely do it. You know, go ahead. You know, live your life. But then in my head, I'm like moments ago, he was telling me how he's not making enough money. But I'm like, if you're not making enough money, how are you going to travel? Right? Like, I just
some of these tickets are expensive.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you do it? So I asked him, I was like, so, like, where would you go? He was like, you know, I'm thinking I might go to Texas, and then from Texas, go to Mexico. And I'm like, well, you know, like, how? Like, you know, like, he's like, you know, I'll just get a bus ticket and just go and find my way and get jobs along the way and
get jobs along the way.
Yo, like, and this, and we're talking about like, I don't know, you walk up in a restaurant, can I wash some dishes to make a couple of dollars and then get enough money to catch another bus ticket to go here? Like, literally living on the bare minimum to get around, to be in other places, or go backpacking, or like, there's
what kind
like
of life is that, boy?
These communities of people that literally, they invite you into their house, and you sleep over there for a night or a couple nights, and then you just get up and you're off again. You know, and like that type of lifestyle. And tell me why this dude, he made it to Mexico, bro.
Shout out to dude.
Yo, he posted up on his WhatsApp. This was years ago. He's in Mexico City. He doesn't even fucking speak Spanish. No, I'm like, yo, like, this is the time. And it's like, you can't say you're not living life. There's people here in New York that never even left the country. And they work.
Shit, the state.
The borough, even. You know what I mean? It's like, they never even left the state, much less.
But they make it work.
But you got somebody who's living like day to day, literally. He was like, he was only in New York for like 5 months. And he's like, you know, one of those things where, I wanted to come to New York. You know, the glitz and glam of New York ain't really what it is, right? We know that. And he's like, he's unhappy here. He just wants to leave, but the money was a problem. But he's like, he's just thinking of just doing it, just going. Like, you're a bartender. They could find another fucking bartender.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not no big job. You know what I mean? Like, they'll find another bartender. He's like, yo, I'm collecting all these tips. Yeah, I think he had collected over like 7,000. But like, still, 7,000 ain't shit if you got no car, you got, you know what I mean? You paying your rent, you know what I mean? You got to eat, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, I'm literally just going to find my way out there. But he didn't fly. Obviously, when he went to Mexico, he probably flew, or maybe he crossed the border or found somebody to cross the border with.
Right.
But he literally made his way down, backpacking and camping and doing all of this stuff. And I'm like, yo,
So you gonna find a way.
Find a way. You know, so as somebody who can do that with their life, I think you can have a child. You know, and not use poverty as an excuse. Because look, they have so much damn programs.
So many programs. I even saw like, yeah, so many programs. I even saw some nonprofit organizations that's going to help you with your child. Like, and plus, it's, you know, it's a blessing, yo. Like, once you have that child, you're gonna see how they light you up every day, and it's gonna even make you maybe even go harder. Like, okay, I'm in this situation now, but now I have a child. I'm gonna try to get out the situation. You know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like you shouldn't give up that blessing because of you thinking. Cause how many times we think, we are in situations where we like, hey, this is not the right time. Then that time comes up. Oh, this is still not the right time. It's never the right time to do some shit.
It's never the right time.
You just gotta do it.
Just gotta fucking do it, bro.
And then build up from there.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You figure it out, and then you start to see that you make shit work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know. So I do have one other thing.
Yeah.
Can you be your partner's therapist?
I feel like you kind of your partner's therapist a little bit when you get married because they're gonna talk to you majority of the time. But can you?
Like that's what I'm thinking. Like, can you really be a therapist? Because I look at it as kind of being pretty vulnerable. Like you want to know you want to know your person, right? Like you want to know them, but I'm sure there's still like a line that
There's some things you probably
don't want to cross with that person, you know?
Yeah, because you don't want to be like ultra honest. It's like some things are easier just to say to somebody else who don't really know you and they give you advice versus your partner who might get offended at some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey,
it's like the ugly truth.
Yeah, maybe it's best for a marriage or a relationship that I'll just go to therapy. You know what I mean? And I'm happy, you happy, and we good. I guess it really depends on the partner though. Like if you could just sit there, cause like friends, I think about it in a way of like, say my wife is going through something, like yeah, she comes to me about it and we've worked through it. But to like be a therapist, I feel like they constantly, just hearing about these situations. Like let's say if my wife and I got in an argument. Yeah, my wife and I, we would talk about it, but the therapist is there because they want to break it down and they're going to have to talk about that shit over and over again. And then I'm going to just get mad again. And it's just like, did it really get solved? So the point of the therapist is to be there and to be neutral, and depending on how big the fight was, they might talk about that shit for several weeks. Do I want to hear about that shit for several weeks? I was like, yo, I thought we put that shit to bed. Like,
nope.
You know what I'm saying?
I will say, because I think of it like this. Let's say your sibling, you have a brother, a sister, or whatever. It's like, I can see you being like, a family member to family member being someone being a therapist to them, meaning talking to them, they venting their problems or whatever it is, and you can advise or talk them through it, right? Because you know them from a different perspective.
Right.
But if it's like your wife or your girlfriend is like, you could be very close, but you didn't grow up with them when they was younger. So you don't really know really truly how they grew up. They could tell you.
Right.
They could tell you, and you can kind of, see the family dynamic, but that is not the true essence of how they were raised, right? And there may be something in that childhood that they may not want to share with you.
And you got to respect that too.
So it's not like you're going to know them 100%. That other, 25% may be where they draw the line and saying, yeah, like, I don't want to tell you this, or you shouldn't know this about me. Right? Because it may sway the way you think about them. And if you're a therapist or trying to talk to them on that end, maybe there's something deeper in them that's this problem, but they can't share it to you because that could ruin stuff.
Yeah, and no, and you're right. And the reason why I'm leaning towards no now, because even if you're in a relationship with somebody or married to them, each person still has a right to their privacy.
Yes.
They're entitled to their privacy. Because even, for example, there sometimes was like, yeah, we together, but then, shit, I just want to go do my own thing. I want to go, something simple as I just want to go in the living room by myself, watch TV, play the game, whatever. People are entitled to their privacy, so you don't have to tell them every single thing. So that's where the therapist comes in. And then you can, like, really express yourself privately to this person without causing any problems.
No drama.
Yeah, no drama.
Yeah.
It don't even gotta be about drama. It's just that you just don't even feel comfortable sharing that part to your partner. It could you could be embarrassed about something. I don't know.
It could be embarrassing. Yeah, I guess that's what a therapist is for. I guess that's what it comes back. So at the end, I guess what we're really trying to say is no, you can't be your partner's therapist.
Yeah,
like but you can talk to them like, oh, what's on your mind? Oh, it could be work related, right? Yeah, you could talk and counsel and advise them through that. But when it comes to like a relationship, right? Or when it comes to something about them themselves that they either want to change or improve or figure out, I don't think that is a good place to start with your partner to help you figure that out. Maybe go to your pastor.
Yeah, go to your pastor.
He might ask you a little bit more than 15%.
You gotta go to somebody that's neutral.
He might ask you 15% more when you go back to church, but he gotta get paid too.
Yeah, like, and I'm trying to put the distinction between talking to your partner and like treating him as a therapist. Because at the end of the day, you're going to pillow talk, you want to talk to him what's bothering you, but it's just some things, and like y'all should know what I'm talking about. There's certain things that's just like, I'm just not going to open up to you about this.
And wow, and that's interesting because there is another question: can a man or should a man open up to a woman? I think we might have talked about that before, but it's kind of related. Like I don't think you really can.
Not fully. And, I feel like women always say, like, yeah, they want a man to open up to them. And once they do, they're going to look at them differently or look at them soft or not look at them as a man. Because the part of being a man is like, I'm not saying you can't be vulnerable to your woman, but you got to, like, be able to deal with those problems and find a way through it. You know what I mean? Like, some women want to see a strong man. It's like, okay, yeah. There are things bothering him, but he's able to just hold those emotions and continue to push through.
Mm-hmm.
No woman wants a man like, oh, this is bothering me, or I can't do this today, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time something bothers you, you got to take this mental health day. I'm not saying there's wrong with taking a mental health day, but every time something bothers you, it's like you take a day off or some shit. It's like, damn, bro, like, get up and go to work. Get up and do what you got to do. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting because I know a lot of females are saying, oh, they want a man that's like emotionally, what's the word? They say emotionally conscious or, and it's like, I feel like women are wanting men to be more feminine on their level.
No, you can't do that.
And
that's what they say, but they don't really want that.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work.
But it's like emotionally available or emotionally entwined. Like, I forget the phrase that they use, but it's like, you see, you can't have two emotional people talking and one being a therapist to the other. Like, it's just not going to work because everybody's feelings going to get broken.
Yeah. Yeah, that might lead to divorce.
Like, you know, like, we just in a soft generation. It's a soft generation. It really is, man. Like,
soft, bro.
Girls want dudes to be soft.
Girls want girls.
Apologize for every damn thing, yo. Like, you can't just say what you want to say and be just, that is what it is. I said what I said.
You got to conform to them.
Oh, you hurt my feelings when you said it that way. Why did you say it that way? You could have said it this way, and we could have talked about it. No. Fuck that. No, like, you know, like.
But even with, again, I tried to bring up the election, but even when the election was around, there were dudes who were like, man, I literally saw this one clip. My jaw was to the floor. He was like, there was this guy doing street interviews. Who you voting for? I'm voting for Kamala. Why? My wife is. My wife runs the household, so I'm just going to.
Oh, no.
And I was like, wait, what the hell going on? Like, my wife runs the household, so I'm going to vote for how she's going to vote, and I'm going to protect her. So I'm like, this is the type of dudes that's out here nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes are literally saying they're voting for Kamala just because their woman told them to. Not because you can't stand on your own, too. But because you're listening.
What's that meme? It's like, you're bald.
Yeah.
You're bald.
So I was like, I don't know, like, yeah, men are a bit softer nowadays. And I guess those are the type of men women want.
Beta.
I feel like they say it, but they don't, bro.
I know. I think that's true.
There is no way you want a man that's emotionally on your level.
Nothing will get done.
Nothing will get done.
Nothing will get done. You would just be in the same spot you are. Like, it'll be a circle of, oh, I don't like that, and that made me feel, oh, I'm sorry, and oh, well, you like, it'll just be a circle of just nonsense.
It's okay. You could take the week off because your pinky hurts.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, just take it. Oh, but the bills aren't paid. Oh, don't remind me. You know, that stresses me out. Like, come on, bro. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know, I don't know. Men are soft these days. You know, maybe we're going to be seeing a big turn coming soon next year.
Oh, definitely.
Who knows? Who knows?
Masculinity's back. And we know the genders now.
Like, dude. And I think that's why the dating market is so trash. You know, you go out, you try to find somebody to date, and it's like, you don't want to offend nobody. You don't want to, it's like, you can't even be yourself. And then some people just act awkward and act weird. Like, apologizing for the stupidest thing. You can't even joke.
Yeah, I got a joke.
I can't even be sarcastic anymore. It's like,
I joke so much.
It's like, oh, are you serious? No, I'm not serious. I'm just joking. If I was serious, you could tell. If I was mad at you, you could tell. I wouldn't be here. Yeah, I mean, like I would have got up and left. Why you asking me that? You know, like it's fucking like people don't know how to read the room. They only know how to read social media, bro.
Yeah, bro. Social media got shut down for a week so everybody could get their lives back together.
Yeah, I think maybe if Twitter or X, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit could stay. Reddit is pretty useful, but Facebook, and they were all just shut down for a week. I think it will be a very productive week in United States history. Like that'll probably be the most productive week in history. No social media. We'll probably have like you probably see the amount of filings for marriages increase. Birth rate probably skyrocket.
Yeah.
I think so. Think about that.
That'll be a productive ass week. It'll be a productive ass week.
You'll probably get more done at work.
Definitely will.
You know, your mental health will probably be much better. A lot of them people that's suffering from like anxiety and depression and all this other bipolar, all of that probably get fixed. Cause I'm like, yo, everybody got a mental disorder these days.
Yeah, and I feel like some people just capping on that. Like, you can have a bad day at work. Oh, my mental health is messed up. I don't know. Like, some people just don't know how to push through shit anymore.
I feel like people just want to be happy all the time.
That ain't life. That's definitely not life.
And actually, that is actually a disorder too. I was watching a video where this little girl, she's always happy. Like there's nothing you can tell her to make her sad. She doesn't cry. She doesn't do anything. And she's always happy. It's on YouTube. But it was just so odd.
I want to look at that. Yeah,
it was just so odd. But it's like she legit it is a disorder. I forget the name of it. But you would think being happy all the time is a good thing. But it's not, you know?
Yeah, not be able to experience other emotions.
She has no other emotions. She can't be sad. And in the video they'll ask her, "Have you ever felt sad?" She's like, "Why? Why would I be sad?"
You're at a funeral and you the only one there smiling and cheesing.
Yo, it is
giggling,
like
laughing.
And it's weird because she has a brother, and he's fine. So he gets upset. He throws tantrums, or like if she's playing with something, he'll take it. And she's older than him. So he's younger and he has like, that type of throw tantrums and stuff like that. But she's always nice to him. They don't fight. She don't fight with it. Like, it's just so bizarre. But, I think grown ass people think they can live a life where they're just happy all the time, or like they're trying to achieve this happiness. But it's like you have to go through the ups and downs. It's a balance. There's going to be good. There's going to be bad. There's going to be depressed. You're going to be happy. You're going to be stressed. Like, you're supposed to feel that. And suppressing it and trying not to, it just complicates stuff and makes yourself worse.
Yeah. There's no such thing as being happy all the time. So yeah, people, it's okay to be mad, sad. Go through the motions. It's cool.
Yo, being mad motivates you, yo. I get motivated when I'm mad. When I'm disappointed, I'm like, damn, I come back harder. You know what I'm saying?
That's life.
We trying to get 300 subscribers. I'm upset. We're not there yet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's why we still pumping out videos. Since we on the road to 1 million right now. So like we're not there yet. You know what I mean?
I have a goal. I'm like, before January 1st, I'd like to be at 300.
Like to be at 300. We're at 278.
Yeah.
278.
We almost there.
Almost there. Like we gotta. Yo, subscribe right now. You watching the video, subscribe right now, share it. You know what I'm saying? Do all of that shit right now. Like, do it right now. You know what I mean? I be looking at some of these other podcasts and I'm like, yo, y'all content is ass. Like, how? But
and we pushing content. We pushing.
But yeah. But anyway, you got anything else you wanna cover?
Nah, I think that was a good That was a good episode. We got some good shit off my chest.
Yeah.
We're gonna record again soon anyway.
Yep.
We got some more shit to talk about, but we gotta split up the content a little bit.
Yeah, I mean we've been going hard on this politics shit, which rightfully so. It was fun.
It was mad fun.
It was fun. It was funny too. Like it's like, I mean, there's still more funny shit that's going on, like Biden walking out into the jungle. That
Kamala disappeared again. Went back to her VP roots of just not being around.
That was just absolutely hilarious.
Yo, Biden going into the jungle. Oh my God, that was funny. That was, man, I was laughing for a good 30 minutes looking at it. I'm like, the man just like.
It just wandered off into the jungle. Oh my goodness. But anyways, y'all, thanks for rocking with us for this episode number 39. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. And share the channel. We're trying to get to 300. 300. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could do it. We could do it, guys. But on that note, I'm Rich, signing out.
D, signing out.
See you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Later, y'all.